Three, two, one. Yo, yo, welcome in, my friends and enemies, frenemies. Much love, Trav here, Magic for Good. And we are playing with the blue-red tower deck. Kind of a cold, rainy day out here in Seattle, but we're going to warm it up. Heat it up with some Harness Lightning. Visions of being someplace warm. Anyways, so if you haven't seen the deck tech on the Evolution, you should check it out. I want to shout out to Sean Pottinger for working on it, continuing to update it. I stayed with Sean for a week in Hawaii. He's from Hawaii, and well, we may lose this game. That curve out beats a lot of decks. That's a good start, right? Anyways, so I want to shout out Sean for continuing to work on this deck. He's played a lot of different things, and he came to me. He shared with the mastermind group like, "Yo, I'm 23-5 with this deck through leagues, and you should try it because it's really good. It wins." So, Selfless Spirit. I kind of like being okay with that. We're gonna get like brutalized either way. So we could Harness Lightning the Exemplar for one. We probably have to do that because our life is so low. I'm gonna do that. Um, Update Essence Flux. This is a funky one. I'm like, Sean, this seems kind of bad because it does nothing early. But it's like, yo, you have this late to protect a Gear Hulk or a Dark Dwellers. You come back, it's worth it. I don't know. I'm trying it out, seeing if it's real. Opponent chooses not to loot with Smuggler's Copter. Is pretty weird. It means they have the nuts, I suppose. Okay, so our options right now are we could put down a tower and then hope to untap and stabilize with negate bombardment, or we could. The issue is Gideon, so like we can just straight up die to Gideon. So I'm gonna try to play around Gideon because that's what I've been told is like don't let Gideon resolve. Flashback to playing against Reed Duke, round 1 of the Pro Tour, constructed round 4, where I let his Gideon resolve, and it was not what I should have done. And then the last round I played against his teammate Brock Parker and countered his Gideon. Okay, so Trev, why all standard? Why no modern? A few things. Standard gameplay is a lot more interactive and fun. It's a lot more decision heavy. I have some modern coming, but you know, you've seen with the glittering Omniflux, it's not the most interactive. That's pretty good against us, actually. I've been messing around with a few other uh, modern decks. Negate sucks. Essence Flux sucks. It would have been nice to have Dynavolt Tower down, I suppose. And it's just low interactive. You play against stuff like Ad Nauseam, and you're like, why am I doing this? I really like the variety of standard. Interesting. Technically, modern is more diverse. There's more decks, but over like a 7-8 year period, that's not true. You know, like, how do people? There's a flaw with this plan. Like, well, modern decks cost 200 or 300 bucks, and they're constantly rotating. So why don't I just spend 1,000 on a modern deck and play that same deck for 7 years? Because it's so it looks like we're up against red white humans or something. Well, how about because it's boring, right? It's a tough curve out to beat. I'm supposed to wait on this, whatever. How about because it gets old? Bottom of the fumarole. Do we have any chance of surviving next turn? We're taking 3, 4, 5, 6. Not really. I'm gonna bottom the Gear Hulk. Another Essence Flux. Sean, I hate Essence Flux so far. Game 1. If this was something that affected the board. As is. Again, like that is a tough start for any deck to beat when they have the to curve out on the play. So it's not necessarily a, yeah, like our hand is absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna scoop out sideboarding plan that I've been told. I think he plays 3 Weavers, and we can use a Radiant Flames. I'm playing a Brutal Expulsion to deal with Gideon instead of a Flame Lash. I had a hard time finding a Flame Lash. Incendiary Flow seems more for other stuff. Do we want Reservoir? I don't think so. It seems, again, pretty slow. I actually like Brutal Expulsion here. Seems kind of good. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut the Void Shatters. I think Negate is fine on the play. What about the Essence Fluxes? They seem not at their best here. Um, again, this has been recommended to me from Sean. He's like, this is my record. So I'm like, all right, well, if that's your record, I'm into it. I think we just want as much early interaction as we can have. Play first. This hand is kind of saucy. I could see it working out. I could also see our tower getting fragmentized and us losing. But we didn't show tower last game, so that is the good news. Plains. And Spectre, good for us because it's a little bit slower. Fumarole, I'm going to get the Fumarole down. I would like to curve out by playing a 2-drop, but better to have access to red mana. Game plan is to throw down Dynavolt Tower on turn 3, untap turn 4, and try to work towards stabilizing. We'll see if the opponent has a Copter Servo Exhibition. So we're going to be looking at Goblin Bushwhacker potentially, so we got to be ready for it. Here's a tower. Depending on the opponent's play, I might go for another tower. But we probably want to be hitting land drops, anticipate into a land, bombardment. Hanwehr, Militia Captain. Yeah, we definitely need to take the time to kill this. Oh shit, it's gonna flip. No, at the beginning of your upkeep, okay. Thank Gobness. Alright, I'm gonna anticipate and go looking for another untapped red source, a basic mountain ideally, so that we can double bombardment. The opponent might have built to last, probably pretty unlikely, but it's a possibility. Okay, we found our land. Unfortunately, it comes into play tapped, but that's okay. Bombardment that, and it looks like we are, if that works, if that doesn't get protected, then we're almost certainly going to stabilize and win. Is that going to die? Jeez, the drama. The drama right now. Who plays Built to Last? Okay, it died. Alright. I'm sure it's possible we can die, like Gideon, for instance, is a problem for us. Ooh, no Gideon. But I feel very good about our spot right now, especially with the clue. Tempo is ours. Get down a second tower and actually burn out Gideon. Do you have to be concerned, a little concerned about Bushwhacker? I think I'm going to go tower, and instead of bombardment. So we could bombardment, we could take inventory. You know what? I'm imagining how we could possibly die, and getting bushwhacked is in that reality, and I think that saving a mana is less important than cutting off a way that we could actually lose when otherwise we're in good shape. Selfless Spirit. I kind of want to just throw out a bombardment in response. The reason being, our life is good. I just want to protect our life. Bushwhacker. If we're seeing a Bushwhacker especially, then I was glad about this decision. Mm-hmm. Yo, Magic. Yes, I'm good. Happy about our decision. Definitely, I played that 100% correct. Played around the correct card, right? And we're not anywhere out of the woods. Opponent with 3 cards left. We could definitely die, man. I'm gonna play a hub, and then we could. I'm gonna glimmer right now because I want to know whether we should play this take inventory or not. Definitely at risk of death. So what are we looking for right now? I would say any kind of instant speed burn. A Oh, we're gonna have 10 for 2 towers regardless. I guess we could probably use a Dark Dwellers or a Gear Hulk to try to turn the corner right now. Take inventory. I think the opponent is probably multitasking. I still anticipate. I don't think we don't want an Aether Hub. Anticipate's a possibility. I really want something that interacts with the board in case we get. The opponent could play another thing and another Bushwhacker, and it's really important that we. I'm going to keep the Anticipate. It's really important that we can interact. So close to stabilizing. I kept the Anticipate because we do want to keep feeding the towers, and if we're able to anticipate into a Gear Hulk or a Dark Dwellers on the next turn, we can probably totally take over the board and win from there. Okay, Inventor's Apprentice. Are we going to see another Bushwhacker? No, not another Bushwhacker. Fortunately. Alright, here comes the Kraken. I'm going to anticipate for more information because we might want to kill the servos and leave the Bushwhacker because negate. Well, that kind of sucks, but I'm glad we kept the anticipate so we could get rid of that garbage. Inventor's Apprentice, we want to keep those under check. Ideally, keep them 1/1s. Keep our life total high. Okay. And another anticipate. I'm going to anticipate now. The reason being is we have Goblin Dark Dwellers in our deck as a 2 of. And if I draw it, I'm slamming it. There's a Weaver of Lightning, which would be good. But I'm going to grab the Gear Hulk with the game plan of try to survive. And I realize that this could definitely backfire. It's possible that we, like the Weaver getting that down really increases our chance of not dying right now. But the Gear Hulk increases our chance of actually winning next turn. So right now we have a negate to counter a spell, and we have 2 Dynavolt Tower activations. PNOR. Alright, that's not going to kill us. Not quite. This isn't going to kill us either. So what's going to save us the most life? We could shoot the servos with the towers and take 2 to 4. Or we could shoot the apprentices and take 1. I prefer taking 1. Negate. Maybe negate shouldn't be in the deck. We haven't seen a whole lot of targets for it. Hey, Essence Flux would be fucking crazy though, would it not? Or it would be okay. Actually, it wouldn't do much. So we're gonna Gear Hulk right now. And we're gonna get... I'm gonna get Glimmer of Genius. We could... Well, let's look at this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're still in danger of dying. I'm gonna get Glimmer and cast it. Cast. Yeah, negate. It's been very poor right now. Take inventory. It's interesting. So take inventory will at least get us to a second tower. And then we can kill these two things, and then there's two. I think I'm gonna take inventory because, and there's the Goblin Dark Dwellers. It gives us the energy that we need. Still very close, very close to dead. Opponent has one card. I think that we want to, uh, I think we want to, at the beginning of your end step, do we want a tower right now? Probably. So Pioneer +1 can spend 4 mana 3. Can sack a Thopter so this can't block. It's possible we're supposed to wait. Probably don't want Hanwire Militia Captain to flip. Because the end step it's making 1/1s. I'm thinking about killing the Pia and the Hanwire. Pia can prevent the Gearhulk from blocking. And then we're at 5 with only one card. It's kind of unlikely that we'll die. So I'm going to do this. Opponent should learn about the F6 key, or not what's now the 6 key, is it can pass the turn, so we don't have to wait for them to come back. There's nothing they can do anyways. Maybe it's my responsibility to say, hey, this is how Magic Online keys work. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna play Magic, oh, we won the game. I like Standard is a lot more interactive than Modern. It just is. Tears of Valakut. Target creature with flying can't be countered. So negate was pretty poor that game. The thing is the card Gideon. What are the odds the opponent has it? I feel like they may not have it. If we cut negate though, what are we bringing in? Are we supposed to have Reservoir here? Reservoir doesn't seem particularly good in this matchup, especially on the draw. Negate is better on the play because you can actually catch a copter. On the draw, um, I don't really like any of the options available here for this one slot. Especially with the fluxes coming out, Reservoir seems like a thing that's not going to happen. I'm going to put in a Void Shatter. It sucks, but it does something. And it's less narrow than Negate. 3 Weaver of Lightnings were in Sean's list. View sideboard is a new function I discovered. And I think that we should play 3. I think Sean is correct. Where's Weaver of Lightning? Yo, should we cube draft? That's a question. Weaver of Lightning, I'm gonna cut. I guess one of these flows. I like this hand a lot. Radiant Flames could be quite good. I hate the catalog. Maybe that should be a Void Shatter. We definitely have some stinky ones in this matchup. Spire Bluff Canal. So Harness Lightning will hopefully catch a copter, and Radiant Flames will hopefully clear things up. We have so many clunky do-nothings here. That's like everything the opponent has affects the board. Half of our cards do not. Honestly, ooh, Thalia's Lieutenant. That is kind of scary. That is kind of scary. I don't think we're gonna see Gideon because it makes night allies. It's not related to humans. It seems not what is going to happen. Opponent is in the tank. Very tough decision for them right now, I understand. Okay. And here's a hub. Ship it back. We've got Harness Lightning to defend. If there's another lieutenant, probably would want to fire it off in the Apprentice. And hopefully it's just like a Hanwire Garrison and we can untap with the Radiant Flames blowout. I actually maybe should have played an island to disguise. That's annoying. It's pretty annoying because it's going to make the Inventor's Apprentice a 3/4. So can't really have that happen. Can't really have that. However, depending on what the opponent plays, we could potentially wait a turn on the Radiant Flames and try to milk it for extra value. No, we can't afford that because this is a 3/3. How does this work? Okay. There's a G-bomb. All right, we're going to go red, white, blue. Radiant Flames for 3, clear your stuff. So we're in a decent spot. The opponent has missed their third land, has 0 pressure right now. We are hitting our lands, and we're at 15 life. They only have 4 cards. So I do like our spot quite a bit. My major concern is that the opponent could come back because our cards don't really do anything. In hand, we've got a lot of lag with our catalog, anticipate, glimmer. Although we are drawing some gasoline. I'm going to throw down the catalog. Seems kind of obvious. Well, now we'll be able to answer their turn with just 1 mana, so that's a big deal. Pitch, take inventory, G-bomb that, and we're off to the races at this point. I see us winning. Makes sense. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't call this an amazing matchup, but we're certainly kind of designed to have a decent matchup here. Do I want to G-bomb that? How do we get punished for waiting? We might want to Glimmer. If you have 4 more creatures untap. At the risk of fucking up, I'm going to take a hit for 2 here because I want to spend all of our available mana and get Glimmer in the graveyard so that we can Gearhulk Glimmer if possible. Bam. Let's take both. Like, we can use our 6th land for Gearhulk, and we can use Take Inventory to draw 2. I'm going to wait a turn on Gearhulk. It's kind of a crazy thing to do because, like, hey man, why would you do that? Well, I kind of want to. It doesn't matter. Basically, it just is irrelevant. We're going to win either way. How could we possibly lose? I don't know. We play Gearhulk and it gets killed. Fragmentize. G-bomb that. And rather than Dynavolt Tower the opponent's face, I'm going to save the 5 energy for the next tower or for Harness Lightning. By the way, that's why I don't want to board and Fragmentize in this matchup if I'm the opponent, because it just does not do enough. There's a Gearhulk coming. Yeah, it is good. I mean, it kills tower, but we're only playing 3. It's just too narrow. It has no effect against 57 of the 60 cards in our deck, right? Fragmentize, you don't want to miss a creature drop. If the opponent side out their copters or they just haven't seen it in a while. Probably just have not seen it. So gonna throw down Gearhulk Glimmer into Goblin Dark Dwellers. Take inventory number 3, number 4. Gas it up. Sure, whatever. Whatevs. We have so much burn in hand. and I will take this. They're correctly playing around. Yeah, I mean, they are playing around. It just doesn't matter. They can't win. I think they should have attacked. Like, it's fine to play around Gear Hulk that they know is coming, but they just can't win if we have Gear Hulk. I think they just have to, like, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They can't win. Bottom that one. Keep this one. Okay. No blockers. Harness Lightning. I'm going to spend 1 to blast that for 4. Oh, that was a mistake. I thought we had less mana than we did. I'm going to wait 1 more turn to just guarantee that we have total control before. Thraben Inspector. Sure. I want to guarantee total 100% domination of the battlefield. Do we want to start 1-for-1ing with Gear Hulks, or do we want to flashback a catalog? I think I am going to take the point and then catalog. And then turn on the opponent. 3, 4, 5, 6. Gear Hulk. Catalog. Reason being, we're starting to snowball. There's certain cards we can hit that just snowball us. Like Dynavolt Tower, Goblin Dark Dwellers. Another take inventory. Opponent may scoop at any moment as well. Let's see what's up. And yeah, I'm excited to hopefully get paired against Blue White Flash, Green Black Delirium. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goblin Dark Dwellers. Take inventory. Because I'm so greedy, I can't not. And play this tapped. Attack with one of these. And I mean, you could play this in all sorts of different ways, this endgame. I just don't think it matters too much. Although, could we die to Servo Expedition Bushwhacker? Could we die to it? We should probably be careful. There's a veteran motorist, sure. Sure. We have a lot of energy. We have a lot of damage on field. So if the opponent attacks with too much here, okay, they didn't attack with anything. We could Harness Lightning. I'm going to choose to Anticipate. We'll tap the mana wrong. Dynavolt Tower. What's better? Dynavolt Tower? Right now, Weaver of Lightning is better. They're both insane, though. Okay, put these on the bottom, untap, and then finish him! Gear Hulk. Gas. Bam. Weaver. Not quite enough to actually kill. And at 10 life, we're technically in danger of death. Harness Lightning that one. Send one at the... Alright, we won. So here's the deck. Check out the deck tech if you want. Link to ebook in the description. Free deck course. Let me know if you like this deck, what sort of content you want to see. Personally, I'm having a lot more fun playing Standard than Modern. I like to build decks in Modern for sure, but Standard gameplay is a lot more interactive and fun. It's my take, but there will be some Modern. Thank you all, much love, and I will see you in the next video. Magic for good. Have a great, 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 beautiful, blessed day.